But yeah, Final Fantasy 16 had some 6 hour long previews.
Goodness
Um, they
gracious.
brought in press to sit down and play the game for hours, uh, which was probably both fun and very tiring for them. Because you're like,
Yeah.
man, I love games, but like, I didn't want to come into this nondescript building and play this game for 6 hours straight. But it's their job. So this game has been advertised to death.
Yeah.
So there isn't much new to talk about. They even showed it again at the state of play, despite the fact that the game comes out at the end of June. Um, but I did want to mention one feature that is probably going to change the gaming industry. Um,
Hmm.
it's called Active Time Lore, and it provides you with context for any given cutscene with the press of a button. Um, Essentially,
Wow.
if you like, I assume it's the pause button. If you hit that, a codex pops up that tells you who every character and location in the cutscene is, and information, specifically information that pertains to that part of the story, not like a whole, not like a whole
Lore dump, but
lore dump for that entire character, not like that character's entire history, just what you need to know about that character as it pertains to what's happening right now.
that's so cool.
Jedi Survivor has something similar where it would be outside of cutscenes, but where um, they will give you updates on like a character's motivations as the story goes along, so that you can keep up with certain things just in case you missed it or whatever. And that's very similar, but not as intuitive. And man, this is a feature that I hope more like heavy, like lore heavy video games use.
Yeah.
Um, it like I don't necessarily expect. I expect 100% expect to see it in more Final Fantasy games specifically, and other Square Enix games. But I'm not
Hmm.
sure if other franchises will use it necessarily because it seems like it's not very easy to implement because it probably takes a lot of work to like gather like to have contextual information for characters at any given moment. Like that sounds like a lot.
Yeah. But it definitely is very helpful because like I know I find myself like losing
The
in
plot.
insert yeah, losing the plot a lot in JRPGs, especially if I like take a break from them and like come back to it. I lose the plot so bad.
Yeah. This is a dope feature. I'm excited to play Final Fantasy 16 and try it out. This also in the previews, people have just been saying the story is real good. They're going for more mature story. I think this is the first Final Fantasy game to have a mature rating. Um, and it's there's it's definitely like very Game of Thrones inspired, and that despite the fact that early on a lot of people said like the main character he visually just looks very boring and bland, that the story and the circumstances surrounding him he makes him actually a lot more interesting than he looks.
Ooh,
So yeah.
nice.